Hi everyone, and welcome to StuVac. The team at the GP Students Network from the UNE Medical Students Association have set up this initiative this week to help you have the best and healthiest approach to your study and to your exams, and hopefully have that healthy approach give you great results. I'm Parker-Newlyn, and I'm Associate Professor of Medical Education at the University of Wollongong. As an academic, my interest is in medical education and supporting students. But previously as a rural GP, a lot of my interest has also been in nutrition and health. I've got a lot of experience, both personally and with patients, in what helps them best manage their health and manage their stress. So hopefully if you've got a few minutes, I'll share some of those tips with you. We all know exams are a stressful time and high pressure, and it's easy to get overwhelmed by your workload and let your health and well-being suffer. But if you let this happen, your marks might suffer too. It's easy to think it's just a short period of time. I'll cram, I'll miss some sleep, it doesn't matter if I don't eat well. But the reality is that the best way to support your study and to achieve your best possible marks is actually to look after yourself. Some of the areas you need to consider are your nutrition, hydration, exercise and sleep, relaxation and support. So we'll talk about each of those and give you some hints of how to make it easier for you. Let's start with nutrition. You need to try and maintain a healthy diet through the exam period, and remember that moderation is the key. Stick with fresh, minimally processed foods as much as possible from a wide range of food groups. Now, I know you're busy and you haven't got much time, but try not to fall in the trap of takeaway foods. The high-fat, high-greasy foods are likely to make you feel unwell, not sleep well, and certainly won't give the nutritional benefits that your brain needs. To be honest, ordering a pizza or takeaway usually takes longer and costs more than popping down to the supermarket for some salad and even a chicken. If you need to snack, choose nuts, fruit, raw vegetables, dips like hummus or yogurt, rather than eating chips and chocolate. Again, they're short-term fixes and won't give you nutrition. Your brain needs fuel, good quality fuel, to work as hard as you need it to work. Breakfast is important, particularly on exam day. Trying to get that balance so that you have proteins and healthy fats to fill you up, but a slow-burning carbohydrate to give you energy and give your brain fuel to last through a 2 or 3 hour exam, requires healthy food. Again, avoiding the fast fixes and the high sugary things and looking at good unprocessed foods. Whole grain carbohydrates like oats or muesli are a great option. Healthy fats like eggs or avocado, proteins like fish or nut butters or Greek yogurt are all great for brain power, and they'll keep you from getting hungry. We'll talk a bit about caffeine later, but just as a mention for breakfast, if you normally drink tea or coffee with breakfast, there's no reason to suddenly avoid it. I wouldn't start changing your caffeine intake now, but just keep an eye on it and don't get too carried away or you're going to get the jitters. If you're in a rush and putting breakfast together seems too hard, don't grab a donut or a pastry. A banana, some Greek yogurt, and some seeds and nuts will give you all of the balance you require with the slow-burning carbohydrates, with some protein and some healthy fats to actually get you through your exams. Bananas are a fantastic power source, and they even come in their own packaging. Moving on to hydration. We really need to drink plenty of water, and it's easy when you're studying, when you're sitting in front of the computer and the books, to actually forget. Caffeine can make you feel anxious, so watch your intake. You should be aiming for no more than 4 serves of caffeine-containing foods or drinks each day. That includes not only coffee and black tea, but that also includes cola, chocolate, and energy drinks. Now, I'm going to mention energy drinks. They're really a bad idea. While they may make you feel more alert in a short period of time, they have all sorts of other health problems, particularly in regard to your heart rate and blood pressure. They can make you feel jittery and make your performance worse over time. The odd cup of coffee or Diet Coke or whatever is probably fine, but it's best to avoid energy drinks any more than the very occasional use. Herbal tea and green tea can help you feel more relaxed rather than jittery, can stay hydrated, and have all sorts of other health benefits too. So that should be your go-to along with good old-fashioned water. Now, exercise is important. It's very easy for us to spend hours in front of the books and the computers and forget about our body. But regular aerobic exercise is a stress reliever. It produces endorphins and improves serotonin levels in the brain, all of which makes you feel calm, happy, motivated, and better able to tackle the work you need to. If you're finding yourself nervous before the exams, burn off that energy, go for a run or hit the gym. If you need to calm down, think about some stretching or some yoga or Pilates. If you are going for a run or working out at the gym to burn off some energy, listen to some upbeat music, something that keeps you motivated through your workout and makes you feel ready to take on the world. Now, sleep is really important and is something that almost always suffers during exams. I mentioned before everyone's temptation to pull an all-nighter. Really, it's a bad idea. If you're sleep deprived, you're less able to focus and you'll have weaker concentration levels. Your memory is worse and your problem-solving skills are worse, none of which lead to good exam results. So trying to plan your study, focus your workload and manage your days so that you get to bed on time is really important. Let's talk specifically about sleep. A lot of people when they're stressed find it hard to sleep. So what can you do if sleep is actually becoming elusive? Firstly, a warm bath is a really good idea. While showers tend to invigorate us and wake us up in the morning, if you've got access to a nice warm bath or a bubble bath, that can often help. Herbal tea is excellent. Most herbal teas are caffeine-free. You should check before you have one. And particularly some people find teas like mint, peppermint teas, chamomile, teas like that can often help them feel quite soothed and relaxed. Soft music is very good, particularly without words. You don't need to be filling your brain with more lyrics to remember, but soft and gentle music can help. Now, muscle relaxation and breathing techniques are both very effective and are almost forms of self-meditation, and I'll mention them specifically. Now, an important tip is to avoid alcohol. Some people, when they're feeling like they can't sleep, think a glass of wine or a beer will make them feel better. It's actually interesting, it'll make you feel worse. The thing about alcohol is that while it sedates you, it actually interferes with your rapid eye movement sleep. That's the refreshing, dreaming sleep. And it's why you often feel lousy in the morning, even if you haven't had a lot to drink. Best to stay off alcohol for the exam time. It slows down your brain, it disturbs your sleep, none of which ends up with good results. Save it for afterwards. Now, I've mentioned on this slide about downtime. What I mean is turning your brain off before you go to bed. If you're madly studying, learning new content, revising materials, and you go and jump straight into bed, your brain is still going to be working. Taking half an hour to read a book, listen to music, flick through a magazine, do something other than study will help your brain get ready for sleep time. And finally, no gadgets. If you can, during that half an hour, or even better, an hour or 2 hours prior to sleep, get away from the screens, that will really help. The blue light from computer screens and phone screens interferes with your normal sleep patterns and your ability to fall asleep. So keeping away from the gadgets, keeping them on silent, or even better, out of the bedroom altogether, will certainly help your ability to sleep. Now, I mentioned deep breathing, and some deep breathing exercises are great to help you get off to sleep, or also any time when you're feeling a little stressed and overwhelmed. If you could focus on breathing from your diaphragm just below your lungs, taking about 6 to 8 deep, slow breaths per minute can be quite effective to slow down your brain and allow you to think clearly. Place a hand on your belly just below your rib cage and a hand on your chest. This will help you focus on what you're doing. Inhale through your nose, slowly. Hold the breath for 1 to 2 seconds. Then exhale for a count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe in again. In on 2 and out on 4. If you do this 6 or 8 times per minute for a few minutes, focusing on nothing but your breathing, this will help you calm down and help you focus and center on what you're doing right now. Another technique that's particularly useful for falling asleep is called progressive muscle relaxation. When you're lying in bed, get yourself warm, get comfortable. Start with your toes. Squeeze them as tightly as you can for 5 seconds, and then release the tension and relax for 5 seconds. Then move up to your feet. Curl them up towards your knees as hard as you can for 5 seconds. then release and relax for 5 seconds. Basically, continue tensing and relaxing the muscle groups, starting from your toes all the way up, through your legs, through your bottom, through your stomach, your shoulders, your fingers, every muscle you can feel. What this does is gives your brain something to focus on, it gives your body something to do, and because each time you strengthen and relax and tense and relax, you actually end up a step more relaxed than ever. Chances are you're probably going to fall asleep before you get to the top of your head. It's another great trick for when things are feeling too much or when you can't sleep. Now, I think it's important to remember that old adage of too much work makes Jack a dull boy. You need time away from the study. You need time away from exams, and friends and family can be the break you need. Even during STUVAC when the exams are looming, put the books away for a little while. Don't think about exams. Try and switch off the stress. Now, this can be as simple as calling your parents. It can be as simple as going for a walk with friends. If you can actually combine all the things we've already mentioned, like going and kicking a ball around with friends or going out for a dinner with friends or family, doing these things to actually get your good nutrition, your good hydration, your exercise and your stress all at once, well, that's even better. But just remember, you can't study 24 hours a day and achieve the results you need. You have to care for yourself. I've learned this over the years in my career, and I think it's something really important for you to learn at this stage of your career too. So what should you do if you need to know more? If you need more information on nutrition and health, there's lots of information on social media. There's lots of good information on the internet. It's always important to remember to check the qualifications of who you're listening to and not to get sucked into these internet health fads. But anything that promotes good, healthy, moderate lifestyles and helps to motivate you to move more and eat well is going to be good for you. If you need information on who you should be listening to, the team from GPSN or I can give you more information on that, and my details are available at the end. What happens if you're feeling overwhelmed? We all get stressed during exams, but for some people it can feel like that there's no end in sight and no light at the end of the tunnel. If you need help to cope, please don't ignore it. Seek help early. UNE Student Counselling can help you on 02 6773 2897. They're on campus and they're open 9 to 5. If you need help and you need someone to talk to 24/7, you can call Lifeline on 131114. And the Lifeline counsellors are there to listen and will help you. Please don't ignore it if you're feeling like it's all becoming too much. So finally, good luck with these upcoming exams. Stay well, stay healthy, look after yourself, and hopefully your marks will just shine. This presentation has been brought to you by GP Students Network of UNE and the UNE Medical Students Association. I'm Lyndall Parker-Newlyn, and it's been lovely talking to you. Good luck.